to Monday Dream Meanderings. That's what I'm calling this. It's a new series that I've started, and today is day one. I'm so excited to have Brett Walker with me. Hello, Brett.
Hello, how's it going?
It's going great, and we finally got the technology figured out. So we're already, everything from here is just butter. It's just butter.
Yeah,
So what I
yeah.
want to do with this series is take a dream or two or three and just kind of riff and do and play in the playground of dreams. And you are somebody I've
Awesome.
known for years now, and you
Yeah,
are quite the dreamer, and you've sent me some really cool ones as of late, and I thought it'd be really fun to explore some of them. So let's get in as many as we can, because I know whenever we talk about dreams, dreams are the language of the soul. And whenever we're connecting to the soul of ourselves, that means we're connecting to the soul of the world, which means any dream that we discuss among people who care, people with the ears to hear, it means this is relevant for them too. So whoever is watching or listening, whether live or later, this is also for you. So thank you, Brett. All right,
yeah, no problem.
take it away.
Oh, well, the dream we talked about, that I would love to talk about, is one in which I don't know what kind of language I can use, but
You can use all
I,
language here until we find out otherwise. So use it
I
all.
attacked my father with a knife. Let's say it that way.
Yeah.
And in my dream, and that's the scene. It wasn't any build up before that or after that. I was having a night where I woke up quite a bit, so I had this one image that popped out and it stuck until morning time, where my dad he had covered.
Is it just me that froze or is it you? Keep going, Brett. Oh man, Brett Walker's internet. Okay, so I'm gonna wait until Brett Walker's internet comes back online, and so he's gonna give some details. But
And
oh, okay,
not
Brett,
very
you
after.
you cut out a little bit. So you were
Oh,
saying
okay.
there was like that you attacked your dad with a knife, and then you were saying that there was a covering over the head, and that's where we lost you. So pick up where that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So he curled up. He kind of turtled up, and around that same time, I was having a physical pain in my kind of in that same area that I stabbed. So it really,
Oh,
that's
interesting.
another fact that comes in prominently here, I think.
Mm.
So that's just the facts. It was simple, that
Okay.
scene of where I was like, "Ugh." So the
Okay.
emotions around it,
So let
they're
me
kind
stop
of
you. Let me pause you for one
okay.
second. So for anybody who's not familiar with Jet Set, Brett is. So he's going to give us his Jet Set dream interpretation, or just laying out the dream via Jet Set. So it's an acronym for how to work with dreams. So the J is the just the facts man, which he just did. Now he's going to go to the E for emotion. Take it away.
The emotions around it, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'll title it and elevate it and take it to the streets.
Yeah.
And so the emotions around it were, it's hard. It was almost like a finishing. Like I wanted to finish it, which isn't really an emotion, but the anticipation and the what did I write
Mm,
down here? Inspiration and excitement and enthusiastic to get this done. For some reason,
to
I
get
hope no one
this
thinks that
done.
I'm like this normally, but yeah,
Of
that's I just
course.
wanted to end it. Like I was just like, oh, get this done.
Oh my goodness.
And
And I just want to say a shout out hello to Lisa Campion, who is a world renowned psychic and healer and best selling author of many, many books. So, Lisa, if you feel like weighing in on Brett Walker's dream, in his dream, he's offing his father. He's murdering him. He's killing him. He's getting and this, by the way, let me just step out for one second. According to Joseph Campbell, of the creator of many things, including the hero's journey, he, if I was to channel him, he would say that killing the father is not literal. It's not like you have a murderous desire to kill your dad. I know you really care for your dad and you're very close to him, but it's an archetypal needing to end the father, needing to pass through him. It's kind of like Luke Skywalker dealing with Darth Vader, even though Darth Vader was a dark character in Star Wars. He had to get past him, he had to overcome him
Mhm.
in order to become a full man, a full being. So we all have to overcome our father he sets the stage, the ceiling for who we are in this world, how much money you can make, what your purpose is for being alive, and we must overcome him. And sometimes that looks like murdering even the nicest of fathers by the nicest of sons or daughters. So anyway, I just want to throw that in there really quickly. So we know that about you, Brett. We know that you're a Canadian, for God's sakes. It doesn't
Right.
get nicer
Yeah.
than you.
And that.
Okay, so you wanted to finish it. So what's the title of this dream? That's the T for jet set.
Yeah. So what I wrote down was let the air out,
Let
and
the air
and
out.
kind of like you alluded to, get I have had a
Mm,
tumultuous relationship, as we probably all have with
yeah.
parents. I wanted to let the air out of my perception of father, and
Mm.
just stop relating to. Oh, it cut out again, didn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's okay, but you're coming back in,
Okay,
so
cool.
you're good.
Yeah, I just wanted to let go and let the air out of the relationship, the tumultuousness of the wanted to kill it, basically, to get rid of
Hmm.
that kind of animosity between us. So yeah, and
Mm.
and in
Okay.
myself, like, just let go of the fact that, yeah, he is part of me, literally, like DNA wise, and also be myself, to start building, into myself more, and instead of comparing
Yes.
myself to a father figure or a father,
Yes.
be more myself, and let the air out of
Oh.
that whole, the whole thing. So yeah, because of the where the knife wound was, is in the back, in the high ribs. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. So let it
On what
go, or let
side,
the
right
air.
or left side?
It was on the right side, and I was going to get to that later on, because of I
Okay.
see it as a masculine side. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And it was the
Hmm.
upper shoulder rib.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. All right.
it
So
was.
that feels significant. All right. So we're just going to get all of this out from you. I mean, you've already done some great work on this, letting
Thank
the
you.
air out, and then um, the standout symbols and what they mean to you. So it just kind of rapid fire. So father,
Hmm.
what is if I
Yeah.
was an
So
alien, didn't know what's
yeah.
a father?
So in terms of that sort of, like, just let somebody know.
Oh, by the
I
way,
also
I
had a
should let
paint.
people know that you're in a fire tower, by the way,
Yeah.
overlooking the
Yeah.
woods of Canada. And so hopefully there will be no interruptions, but you're like,
No,
you're like hundreds of feet high in this.
just 100 feet
Uh,
up above
oh,
the
only a hundred.
of the tree. So, yeah.
So he's literally
Listen,
sitting above the tree line. Oh my God, that's amazing. Okay, anyway, just
taller
needed
than the
to
trees.
add that in there. All right, so father, in a nutshell, to you, if I was an alien, didn't know what a father was, a few words about that.
So, oh boy, I yeah. To start, basically, of course, there's two people that get together and
Yeah,
make a baby,
yeah,
providing DNA, and it grows,
yep,
a boy, and then became a man.
yep.
Uh, Through time, I ended up living solely with my father, so he was the
Mm,
main male authority in my life for most of my time growing up,
mm,
in my
mm,
developmental, as I developed into a person, into an
mm,
adult, I guess.
mm.
Um, that's the
Wow.
person that was guiding, that had most of the influence on me in my life, in my early life,
Oh,
for
okay,
sure. So
very good,
that's what a
very good.
father is.
And what is it to murder? What is that? What does that mean? Well, let's
Mm.
be neutral. Let's not be judgmental because we're talking about a dream, so nobody's going to jail here. No dream jail.
I want to say it's to end a life, or end the end. To murder is to end something so that it does not physically exist, or cannot function physically anymore. To really break it down.
Oh, that is great. So end something so it does not physically exist anymore. Oh, that is so
Mhm.
powerful. I've got so much to say already. I'm dying. I'm dying.
I'm buzzing as well.
You're murdering me here. Okay.
Killing you.
Yeah. And okay, so if you were going to embody, so that now we move to the E in Jet Set, the second E, which is the embodiment. So is there any portion of this dream? It could be the knife, the blood, the dad, the any part of this dream that you want to embody to in order to get more information about the
Oh,
dream?
yeah. Yeah, definitely. So to provide some background, I had problems in both my shoulders. One, my left shoulder at first, and then during the time of
Right.
the dream, it kind of
Oh
shifted
yeah.
over to my other shoulder. And exactly where I poked the knife in was exactly where I was feeling pain. And it was to the point where I couldn't lift my shoulder and I was having troubles breathing and yeah. So I just had to move that forward after the dream. I stopped having pains, like not immediately, but like soon after
Whoa.
I was like, oh, my shoulders are working.
Whoa.
I haven't had my shoulders problems anymore.
Wow.
So, and
Yeah, so we
yeah,
can
and I
can
read
ask,
about
what's
it
a
and it's
shoulder? Hmm.
where where that shoulder pain was coming from was probably my neck. I'm told just through talking to chiropractors and stuff. She said it's probably up in your neck actually, not in your
Mm,
back or shoulder.
okay.
So a pain in my neck, a pain in my back, all that sort of thing kind of plays into the embodiment of this dream. In that, when I had the dream and started interpreting it like I have with the jet set
Mm.
analogy, that's not the right word, but anyways, the jet
Yeah,
set program.
yeah, the
Yeah,
acronym. Yeah.
acronym. I decided I was like, okay, so that's where all my pain was coming from. And to kind of put another level on it, it's not just my father. What was happening was in the wintertime before I started work here, before the dream, my nephew was actually needing as well as help with his life. So I was
Mm.
kind of one of his father figures, and it was really weighing on me.
Mm.
And I
Ooh.
around that same time, I kind of went, I have to
Wow.
stop
Mm.
wearing, putting that weight on my shoulders of him and letting him live his life and not trying to feel so much pressure about being quote
Whoa.
unquote his father. So
You know what is
there's a couple layers to
just
that. Yeah.
a little synchronicity, and I don't want to, there's just
Oh,
so much to say here. Well, go ahead.
oh no, I
So,
love synchronicity. So
so we had Dana and I had a friend in town, and we were revisiting White Lotus, the season that takes place in Thailand. And I don't know if you've seen this, but there's this one of the storylines, and I'm gonna spoil it because it's a season from years ago. So hopefully everybody's seen it by now or they don't care. But there's a father figure played by, and what's the name of the, I don't know the name of the actor, but he plays a Malfoy senior in Harry Potter. He looks like John Hamm's twin brother. Anyway, he's a father figure, and the whole series is kind of this unbelievable pressure he's under to keep appearances for his family so everybody feels safe and secure. Meanwhile, he's losing his shit because his business is unraveling, and he's like facing the feds, and he's absolutely imploding. And one night his wife says, honey, is there something going on? Like, you just don't seem like yourself. And it's like, duh, lady, like she just wants to see. And he says, do you have any idea the pressure I've been under from the beginning? What has been layered and layered on my shoulders every day. And she's like, oh, honey, well, good night. but but it's such an incredibly great scene. I think on behalf, like, there's so much in the world right now about, like, especially white hetero men. This is like a time of like, down with the white hetero man, burn the man. In fact, it's the season of Burning Man right now. And and so I think, yes, there are certain things that need to be murdered. There are certain hypocrisies, there's certain archetypal energies that are not healthy. They're toxic
mhm,
masculinity. Can that be over, please? Can we just be murder it, let it be done, let's just chop it to bits and stop that pattern.
mhm,
However, let's not throw the entire baby out with the bathwater. There is something sacred, and let's, like, on behalf of the masculine, you playing the father figure to your nephew, there's so much pressure and accountability that goes into the masculine that is, It's like here you are, you're in a very masculine role here, Brett, on this high watch. If there's a fire, you would put your life at risk to save the people without even thinking. That's your job. And that's a very
Mhm.
masculine, heroic job. Some of that is like, it's sacred. Who would we be if we didn't have that sacred part of the masculine? Like, we would be done for. So there's something that needs to be celebrated and honored about that masculine quality that's not just in men, it's in women too. It's that part that is deeply accountable. So I just want to rescue that little part and just say, wow, the shoulders, the pressure. Ugh. All right.
Mhm.
So tell me where you're at with all of this right now. What are you feeling like if you could start to bring in, if the shoulder could speak, actually, let's do that for a second. Like if you were going to let the shoulder speak through you, because that's what got stabbed, what would it say if it had a voice?
Uh, let it out.
Let it out.
Let that out. Let that, like you say, that toxicity. The place I was living in with my nephew was it had a lot of mold in it, and it was an older house, and it had a lot of water damage. So
Mm.
there's that as well. There's the lung part of it, and as well, just let go of trying to be something you're not,
Ooh.
and and breathe. Like finally, take a deep breath and let yourself relax, and just just let it all settle. Let it go. Let's other people live their lives. I think I saw something recently about Windex shining your side of the window. Let somebody else shine their window, you know? I think it was on
Right.
your previous Substack
Yes.
with Joey.
Yeah. When Joey and I were talking about dream crafting, like your part of the relationship is just your side of the pane glass. Put the Windex
Yeah.
on your side, clean it, and let other people be responsible for their side. It's like why Mel Robbins's latest book is so popular right now. The let them theory. Like let people do them.
Wow.
So maybe one thing that I'm getting from this dream that feels universal, it feels like it's for me and it feels like it's for anybody watching or listening now or later. We are all meant to grow in this simulation called life, in this dream called life. We're all, what if the reason we're here is to grow, is to become more, to overcome the limits set by our fathers, to go beyond that, and
Mm.
maybe that actually honors the father. Maybe from the astral plane the father says, hey, that's my boy, he's going beyond where I could have taken him, he's actually standing on my shoulders.
Mm.
And I remember when I was a little kid, I would be in the swimming pool with my dad and I would get on his shoulders and he would spring me forth and I would just like as a diving board jump off
Wow.
his shoulders. Like that's what we're here to do. We're here to go beyond our father. And but
Mhm.
it feels like love, it feels like loyalty. It almost would seem like arrogance to say, "Hey, Dad, I'm going beyond you." Like
Mhm.
it's almost like the rudest thing you could do, and out of loyalty, out of an homage to his sacrifices, we stay the same, and we have to murder that. We have to break it apart. One of the things I've been doing with dream crafting, and there is a dream crafting longer video that was one of my recent posts. There's the R in craft. So C is for complain, R is for release, and A is for attune to the higher self, F is for feel that recalibration, and then the T is for what are you thankful for? But one of the things I've been doing in the release, it used to just be a waterfall, let me release my complaining, my tension. These days, interestingly, Brett, I've been calling on Archangel Michael's sword to end patterns, to like chop them off, like cord cutting. So
Wow.
I don't, yeah, so I think we're totally in sync here. One of the fastest ways to end a pattern is on the dream, using the dreaming mind. We don't have to do this in physical reality, so we don't have to get arrested, but we can call on Archangel Michael with his sacred sword that's hot and fiery, and he can just go whack and just end a pattern without it. without causing mayhem. It's just like, nope, we're done here. It's served its purpose. We've gotten all the juice out of that we can get. In order to go beyond, in order to stand on his shoulders, which we are coded to do, we must end that cycle so that we can go beyond. And then we can feel that. So what if we all have that? Whoever's watching, listening now, or in whenever that is, let's just call on that flaming sword to end our relationship with what we think the have to, the shoulds, the heaviness of what it is to be loyal to the old patriarchy. And what if we're here to be the 2.0s? It doesn't mean end the whole thing. It just means end the funky parts. Let's keep the good parts. Let's grow those and then go into the great beyond of what's next. So if all of this just happened in this alchemy, I wanted to call this dream, I wanted to call this Monday dream alchemy, but I thought Monday dream meandering, but it is got alchemy in my heart anyway.
Oh,
So if
definitely.
all the alchemy was already swirled up and all the wisdom of this dream was fully unpacked by you, how would you do fathering different? How would you relate differently to your father? And how would you relate differently to your nephew and to anybody who projects father onto you?
Wow. And that was another part of this is your father is your male authority in your life, the first one of the first ones. And my relationship with my father has kind of bled into my relationship with my male supervisors as well. So
Interesting.
that same kind of relationship happens, and I really have to pay attention to it. In that, these people are in control of my wages and stuff, so I have to really be
Yeah.
careful. I can't treat
Yeah.
them the same way. I would hmm, to do that jumping off. I would definitely. Oh, and I have, but I would let other people talk and tell me
Mm,
where are you right now, so
mm,
I can add in any kind of uh, fatherly advice that I have because I've just through life experience I have some.
mm-hmm.
And but if I don't know where somebody is and I just start dumping information on them, a lot of it is too much, or it doesn't fit, or it doesn't, with that person's where they are in life. And I think that would be the number one is just find out where someone is, find out where your advice or where they
Ooh.
need advice, and try to fit it into that that person, I guess, if you will.
Ooh, I love that. So this feels like
That's
what
probably the
you're,
best.
well, like you're on the no pun intended, but the bleeding edge or the leading edge of masculinity because you are a masculine man, you're heteronormative, you have a job that is very masculine oriented, and yet you are very dream centric, very psychic centric, very much attuned to your your more sensitive qualities. So no pressure, Brett, but I think you are part of that leading edge of
Thank you.
what the standing on the shoulders of the men that have gone before you because of them, because of their service, because of them, they're getting it right, getting it wrong, whatever. You're the next generation. So you can use your emotional intelligence to understand when to hold them, when to fold them, when to walk away, when to run, when to drop in that wisdom. You don't have to just because somebody's got a problem or a situation, you don't just bust in and do it. And as you were talking about your superiors with air quotes at work, what an interesting perspective. Are they there? Are they listening? Because I know
No, I
you've
just
got a
kicked
walkie
something
talkie.
under the table. I just
Oh,
kicked
okay.
something. I was hoping it
I'm
wouldn't
like,
fall over
oh
and make a
gosh,
noise.
I don't want them to hear this. but
No, no one's around. No one can. No one. I'm
but what if
50 miles
what
away
an
from my bosses right now.
okay. But it's important to honor those who are supplying your paycheck. It's quite something. It's not just like, who cares, they're just paying my bills. It's like we want to treat them the way we would if we were paying somebody's livelihood. We would want to be treated with respect. And yet the primary authority is your God. Your like you are your employer is God. And so that is your supervisor ultimately. Everybody else
Mhm.
is an equal, or they're playing a different role, or if it's a dream, they're the supervisor aspect of you. And if you're on if you're in the next evolution of yourself, you might not need to rebel against them, because maybe you know something they don't know. Like, without sounding arrogant, if you really know you're a badass, you don't have to walk around telling everybody what a badass you are. You just
That's true.
walk in, and you there's an authority that you assume, and people treat you that way. So you don't have to fight with anybody, and you can be you have the wherewithal to be respectful. So that's, I don't know, I think there's a formula in here about the sacred masculine. That's what I'm going to call that. Is there,
Mhm.
you get the final word. And actually there's something I want to talk to you about, but I want to do it in another video that we do after, and I'll do this as like a bonus for the people that are my paid subscribers, which I want to honor always. I'm going to call this, as a little tease, this new distinction that I've been working with called the big little, and we'll talk about it in the next video. But first of all, is there
Yeah.
anything else that you want to say about this portion of the dream?
Oh, definitely. Um, as as I view my father and the male authorities in my life, I too am a human, and as they are, and with that, even though I may be, like I seem like a little bit better in terms of
Evolution.
emotionally balanced
Yep.
and helpful rather than hurtful. I still have my fall downs. I still lash
Yep.
out at times, and I still it happens. It's just human. And where I think this was mentioned in the Joey video as well prior,
The dream
just
crafting book. Yeah.
forgiveness, like hearing forgiveness, either putting it in their voice and back to me, or just saying it to
Yes.
myself and just
Yes.
saying, sometimes I make mistakes, and forgiving myself for it.
Right. Oh, that is massive. That's massive. Because I mean, just for a moment, like, if we, one of the things that Joey says that just cracks me up so much, we all come from a long line of Neanderthals. All of us. Like,
Yeah.
that wasn't that long ago that, it was like Thor and Ugg and who that were,
I
yes.
just
Oh,
have one thing. I've got to run outside. I just
yeah,
noticed
let's do it.
something
Well,
going
let's
on.
end
So,
this and we'll do the big little
okay.
after this. All right. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll join you in the next chat very
You
soon.
bet.
Mwah, sweet dreams.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.